I'm Carol Wilson, Chief Editor of Events for Light Reading, and I'm here at Ethernet Expo with Mike Rouleau, the Senior Vice President of Business Development for TW Telecom. Now Mike, you just delivered the keynote address here and you outlined 3 core things that your customers are asking for that are a little bit beyond what traditional telecom used to provide. Right. Tell us about those.
Yeah, so when we talk to customers today, they're trying to make this migration from traditional networking infrastructure to an on-demand world where they have cloud access and infrastructure to those applications that they can just pull down as they need them. And so we think there's 3 key things. First, visibility to what's going on in the network, so they can see in real time how that network's performing, so they can manage their applications environment that much better. Second, more control over their network resources, so in particular, bandwidth on demand, giving them capability to scale up their infrastructure as they need it, for as long as they need it, because a lot of times they don't know what applications are coming down the pipe and how they're going to have to build their network and build it to peak. And the third piece is really about an application aware strategy, so that customers have the opportunity to see how applications are being affected by the network, and they can manage network resources and shift things around in real time so that they can better support that applications environment.
Okay, now TW Telecom has made some significant announcements this year. I know one of them was around bandwidth on demand, which for as long as you and I have been in the industry has been something that,
it's the holy grail.
Exactly, been very much in pursuit. So tell me about what you're offering today.
So we have 2 services in market that sit on top of our Ethernet. So I sort of think about them as features. The first one is what we call enhanced performance management. And that gives customers the ability to see the network performance in real time in a granular way. We show them what's going on.
That's that visibility you were talking about.
The visibility piece, right. We show them what's going on in the metro, what's going on in the long haul, and what's going on at the remote metro. So 3 distinct views of packet loss, latency, jitter, bandwidth utilization, class of service utilization. And as we introduce an application aware strategy, we'll give them port and protocol information as well, so they'll see the application's performance. The second piece we've launched back in August is what we call dynamic capacity. And as you mentioned, bandwidth on demand in our business has been the holy grail for a long time. And so we give customers the ability to double or triple their network capacity on their Ethernet service and do it in real time, so that it's really provisioned in less than 15 seconds and it doesn't affect the underlying service.
Now how do you do that? How do you deliver that on the back end, on your network?
Well, so basically we give customers the ability, if they haven't subscribed to the full line rate of Ethernet bandwidth, they can double or triple their capacity, and we provision all of those network elements, establish surveillance, establish the billing records, and do all of that automatically, no human intervention on our network.
And that's within 15 seconds?
Within 15 seconds.
So you deployed all the infrastructure to enable you to make that kind of immediate delivery?
As we deploy our Ethernet services, it's really about consistency of deploying network elements, building a common platform, and the key thing is that fully integrated back office that we have across the infrastructure. So we can do this nationally.
Wow, okay. So going forward, one of the things you touched on in your keynote was the notion of application awareness and being able to let applications actually draw bandwidth as they need it. Tell us a little bit more about how you see that rolling out.
Yeah, so we are building at this point an application aware strategy so that, again, customers can go in and manage the network resources for a particular applications environment. And down the road, we also envision that applications information, the application telling the network it needs more capacity, needs more resource, and so it's optimized for the applications environment. Great example that I've used in the talk was, think about telepresence. So today, telepresence, a 3-screen system, very immersive audio and video experience for the user, consumes a lot of bandwidth. And so the way people have built those systems is to dedicate infrastructure, dedicate network to those rooms.
It sits idle unless the room's in use.
And unless you're using it, it's not doing anything, right? So we envision a strategy where a customer, as they go to pick up the handset and they dial up a telepresence call, maybe we see the SIP Connect message come across the network, provision the bandwidth, make it available for that call, and then when they hang up, we'll see the SIP disconnect and tear down the call, tear down the bandwidth.
And on a business model basis, does that dramatically change how you charge for that bandwidth or what customers pay?
Well, what we've heard from customers is they like the value of having that flexibility around their bandwidth consumption.
Okay.
So
They'll
the
pay a
challenge,
little bit more for that?
They will, and I think it's because they don't know what's going to hit them on a daily basis.
Okay.
It's hard for an IT manager these days to plan for what applications are going to get rolled out next week, next month, next year. And so they're constantly being flooded by the marketing department or some other department and say, I got to get this up and running today.
Right, okay.
So they need that flexibility.
All right, this is a way to relieve that pressure on
Right.
them. Okay, terrific.
Right.
Mike, thanks so much for joining us here.
Thank you.
For LRTV, I'm Carol Wilson.